It's Windsor AM. This week's show includes an interview of Dan Hooley, a documentary of Roberto Clemente, and a trailer titled Ball is Life. So let's get started with Wham. Hi, welcome to Windsor AM. My name is Frankie Hernandez. We will begin our show with an interview of Daniel Hooley, English teacher at Windsor High School.
Hi, I'm here with Mr. Hooley, and this is Justin. I have a couple of questions to ask you.
What did you play in high school? What sports?
I played basketball, baseball, and football, but I stopped playing basketball my freshman year in high school because my high school was really good at basketball and I wasn't. So I was primarily a football and baseball player, and I was better at football than I was at baseball. I couldn't hit in baseball.
What position did you play?
In baseball, I played third base and I pitched, played a little outfield sometimes too. In football, freshman year, I played safety, not really well, and quarterback. And from sophomore year on, I played exclusively at quarterback.
Did you go to college to play any of these sports?
I did. I played 1 year of baseball in college. I didn't really get any burn. Really what that was is a couple of the backup quarterbacks on my football team were really good baseball players, and it was just basically it got me out of off-season workouts, one off-season in football, playing baseball. So I only played baseball my junior year in college, but I did go to college with the goal of playing football, and I played all 4 years, lettered all 4 years. Matter of fact, I started every game in college. I started right from day one, freshman year.
I heard you became a model.
Yeah, I did that for right after I stopped playing football. I hadn't intended to do that either. A friend of mine was in film school in New York City. There are a couple girls that were in his student film while I was at at NYU that were models. He asked me to help him write like the dialogue in the film, and he ended up asking me just to do a couple scenes with these girls. One of the girls' roommates happened to be a photographer, asked me to do a photo shoot with that girl. I wasn't a model, so after we did a photo shoot, he gave me the pictures and sent them on to a few agencies unbeknownst to me, and called me back and said that so-and-so from this place and so-and-so from this place want to see you. And believe it or not, 2 weeks after that, I was back in Italy, in Milan, working as a model, and I did that for quite some time until I realized that unless I became super famous at some point, I'd have to get a real job. So at about 27, I decided to go back to the States, because I was pretty much going back and forth between Milan and New York, and my home here, my house where my mom, where I'd grown up, and London and Paris and all over. I traveled everywhere, and so I eventually decided I'd be a teacher, even though I hadn't really gone to college expecting to be one. I actually thought I was going to be a journalist when I was in school, and that's what I wanted to do, but life has a way of taking you in directions you didn't figure.
Next we'll review a short documentary on Roberto Clemente, analyzing his life, and narration by Alex Simon.
A lot of hits in one day. 3-1 to him. It's a high fly into deep right center. Minnesota's way back. That one's going, and it is gone. Almost in the same spot as Johnny Bench's with the upper deck in right center. I've never seen so many long drives to the opposite field by right-handed batters that we've had in this game.
Roberto Clemente was born August 18, 1934, in Carolina, Puerto Rico. As a child, he was a multi-sport athlete, winning regional competitions in track and field. However, Roberto's passion was baseball. In Puerto Rico, kids were forced to play in streets. Before finishing high school in 1952, he was offered a professional contract by the Santurce Conjeros. In 1954, Clemente signed with the Brooklyn Dodgers. During his one season with the Dodgers, he didn't play much. After not playing, Roberto was drafted first overall in the rookie draft by the Pirates. This was the start of his outstanding career. During his 18-year career, he batted .317, was a 2-time World Series champion, 15-time All-Star, and a Hall of Fame inductee.
How soon can you get your 3,000 hits? I know you're a little way from it, but you're going to take a good beat on it, I think, next year, won't you?
Well, you never know. If I'm alive, like I said before, you never know because God tells you how long you're going to be here. So you never know what can happen tomorrow. I would say that if everything goes well, I should get it before the All-Star game next year.
Roberto was one of 23 players to earn over 3,000 hits.
On the 0-1. Bobby hits a dive into the back of left center field. There she is.
Every winter, Roberto served for the U.S. as a reserve in the United States Marine Corps for 6 years. He brought money, food, and other goods to the poor in Puerto Rico. When he didn't deliver goods, he held baseball clinics for children. On December 31st, 1972, Roberto Clemente's plane crashed while delivering goods to Nicaragua. He was 38 years old. Today, he has an award given out by the MLB to a player who demonstrates the values that Clemente displayed to his community.
Our last video today is a trailer of the upcoming big hit movie, Ball is Life.
Alright, Mark Wilson. Yep. Alright. I want you to shoot a 3. When I blow the whistle, shoot, alright? Yeah.
Mark, he's way too short. He sucks. Mark, he's way too short. He sucks.
Go ahead.
What?
You need a ride home?
No, I'm staying out. No days off.
Alright, whatever. See you tomorrow. That's it for this week's episode of Windsor High AM. See you next time. I'm saying it right every time. Ben, hi.